will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got count them, two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, back with another video. And as you can see right there, we're gonna be talking about Joy Reid. Now, what's going on with Joy Reid? She did her last show last night, and a lot of people are pretty much saying, hey, look, we're gonna support you and we're gonna follow you wherever you go. And like I said in my last video, we're gonna see if she has what it takes to make it on her own, start from the ground up, get out the mud, not really, and make something of herself, or is she just gonna drown? Before we jump into that, what I really want to say is that, look, I saw like a good portion of her last show, and I truly understand why they took her off of air, because some of the things that she was saying, I couldn't get it because I had to watch like a very grainy video to like get it, but I wanted to like listen to the information. One part that she had said was how like Elon Musk is stealing money from the hood. I'm just like, how? She never expounded on that. Everybody was just like, yeah, he is. And it's like, how is he doing that? How is he stealing from the hood? A lot of what she was saying, and I've looked at other shows just to go into a little bit deep dive, she just says things and people just agree, or she just speaks fast and speak loudly and then people just agree with her. And I'm just sitting there like, where's the basis for this? You can't just say something and then make it fact. And then the amount of TikToks I've seen where people would talk about her last show and she would say something like that and people were just like, she's spitting facts. What facts? How is she saying something that's true and there's no basis for it? Let's just jump right into this video and see what she says.
To our amazing readers, our audience, I just love running into y'all in the airport, on these streets, and on social media. I could not love or appreciate you more. Thank you, thank you, thank you for holding us down. Almost 5 years, we are a toddler, and we out in these streets, in this world, and we are not going to stop. That is tonight's REIDOUT. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and on Substack at substack.joy. It's at joyandreid.substack.com. Also on TikTok and Facebook at Joy Reid Official. Inside with Jen Psaki starts now.
Yeah, like I said, she has all her socials. People know where to find her. And look, if the Black Women Collective is going to be behind her as much as they say that they are, because they're going to like protest or cancel MSNBC because they fired a black woman, but then they're going to replace her with a black woman, a black man, and then a mixed woman. Maybe it's because she had low ratings. Maybe it's not because she's a black woman. Because like I said, you know what? I'm gonna have them up on the screen. I'm gonna show exactly who's gonna be replacing her. Maybe it's because she said a lot of things that alienated a good deal of her base. I saw her last show and I seen some of her other work. It just seemed like it was a whole lot of, like I said in my last video, you know, white people bad, white man bad. And it's like, look, you can feel that way, sure, but at the same time, you still have a base that's gonna be predominantly white. Because at the end of the day, not every single last black person watches you. And that's one of my issues I have when people try to do black owned only for black people. We're only 13 or 14% population. 30% of 330 million, right? Because that's the last, or 340 million. Let's do 330 million, right? 13% of 330 million, right, is about 43 million. The amount, and that's just total black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't alienate a good half of the country. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit off, but we're gonna get into her ratings soon, and I'm gonna explain exactly what they mean, because like I said, I did a little bit of deep dive. I had to like really research and figure out, okay, what does this mean and why she got canceled, and we're gonna go into that. But before that, we're gonna jump into Rachel Maddow, because she did something that was pretty interesting. You're gonna see.
An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The REIDOUT, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But in all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door.
Rachel, no matter how hard you try, you're not going to get Joy's viewers. They already said they're not down for MSNBC anymore. Like you don't got to play it up. No, apparently no black people watching. Like it's only us. You know what I'm saying? The people that don't care. Relax. You're not going to get her viewers.
It is not my call, and I understand that. But that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend. And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible, and I do not defend it.
What privilege do we have that you can just come up on a public platform? That's like saying, right, my partner gets fired from the job, and then I go on the company's website and post a video. Yeah, I don't agree with that, you know, and I find it kind of weird that they got rid of the only other black person. Like, they're gonna be looking at me crazy, like, what the fuck? What are you doing? That's wild. It's wild to do that. And no, she might be out the door too, because I looked at her ratings as well. It ain't all that great. Because a lot of people, viewership just went down for MSNBC as a total, in total. And I find it interesting that she said it doesn't matter who replaces them. It's like, but they're putting two black people, one man, one woman, in the primetime slot. So in actuality, it's not a net negative, it's a net positive, because now you get an extra black. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm confused. You know, and then not only that, look, if you're so torn up about it, all right, if you're so torn up about it, do the right thing. Do what every other black person apparently would have done, because I've seen it on TikTok, and TikTok is the ultimate truth. Do what they would have done and resign. Start your own show with Joy. Do that. But you won't do that, right? You won't do that. They're paying you too well. Even though you took a pay cut, they're paying you too well. You were not going to do that. And I'm not someone that's counting someone's pockets. I'm just stating the facts. She won't do that. Even though, and we're going to get into it in a little bit. Why do you think Joy Weaver's out here crying? You know she's a millionaire, right? And like I said, I'm not counting anybody's pockets. I'm just stating the fact. Her salary was $3 million. But we'll get there. Don't worry about it.
But there's just one other piece of it that you should know. From your side of the TV screen, you will mostly see changes in terms of who's in the anchor chair. And actually, everybody who's going to be in anchor chairs from here on out are great colleagues and great at what they do. And you are not going to be disappointed in who's on our air and what you're going to be seeing. But one thing you cannot necessarily see is that the people who get our shows on the air, they're really being put through the ringer. Dozens of producers and staffers, including some who are among the most experienced and most talented and most specialist producers in the building, are facing being laid off. They're being invited to reapply for new jobs. That has never happened at this scale in this way before when it comes to programming changes, presumably because it's not the right way to treat people, and it's inefficient and it's unnecessary, and it kind of drops the bottom out of whether or not people feel like this is a good place to work, and so we don't generally do things that way. Maybe all of our folks, including most of the people who are getting this very show on the air right now, maybe they will all get new jobs here, and I hope they do, but in the meantime, being put in this kind of limbo, the anxiety and the discombobulation is off the charts at a time when this job already is extra stressful and difficult. It is not news for me to tell you that the press and freedom of the press are under attack in a way that is really, it's a big deal for our country. It's very visceral for us here. I know that the business of the press is not an easy thing, and I know that no job is forever.
I don't know. To me, this sounds like she's on her way out, because the way she's speaking, like if I was the head of MSNBC, I'd be like, you got a lot of mouth right now, because you know what I'm saying? And like I said, her ratings have also been taken as well. We might look at that too. I find it interesting that people are talking about, you know, what's mean and feelings and whatnot, and that feeling of, you know, not being secure. Welcome to the real world, which I know is bold of me to say because she doubles my age, no disrespect, but it's like, this is what everyone else goes through, and she should know that because she's been working for so long, as she says. So I'm confused. You know how it is in show business. We all know it's about money. It's about ratings. If you're not making any money, it don't make sense. Why would they keep a show on that's not making them any money and losing viewership? For feelings? Because it would hurt her feelings for That's not how that works. MSNBC is just like any other company. They're trying to make money. Put food on the table, pay bills. That's what they're trying to do. That's the whole point. It's not about feelings. You know what I'm saying? Every company works that way. But like I said before, it's bold of her to be speaking like this. So I feel like she might be on her way out.
But I think I'm safe in saying for all of us anchors who you know through the TV, please know that what pains us the most is not what happens to us. It is what happens to our coworkers on whom we depend and who you don't necessarily know, but we respect and love them and depend on them. And did I mention we respect them? This is a difficult time in the news business, but it does not need to be this difficult. We welcome new voices to this place and some familiar voices to new hours. It's going to be great, honestly, and we want to grow and succeed and reach more people than ever and be resilient and stay here forever. I also believe, and I bet you believe, that the way to get there is by treating people well. Finding good people, good colleagues, doing good work with them, and then having their back. That we could do a lot better on. A lot better.
MSNBC, it's not like she calling y'all out. Like I said, I wouldn't do something like this, especially if I had a primetime spot and people were going to be watching me. I got to pay my bills. I ain't worried about that. I'm sorry, but I'm just not. I'm not. If she was really about it and she was really doing this for the people and trying to support her friend, she would resign. And then her and Joy could create their own show. Because Joy is the person that she's respected the most out of her, 51 years of living? That makes the most sense to me. I think so. Would it not? Maybe I'm a little bit off. I don't know. Let's jump right into these ratings and then really parcel through them and figure out why is it that she got let go and what could be in the future for her. All right, so to start off, as you can see right here, I have it on the 6-month, evaluation, pretty much showing, hey, look, this is what her ratings were and her viewership was from 6 months ago to current now. Specifically August 19th, 2024 to February 20th, 2025. All right, and they were all saying that she had like a very sharp dip right after the election. Why that is, I'm not going to make any assumptions and say, oh, I know exactly why. No, I don't know, but we could talk about it together. As you can see, she was in the millions for like a really long time. If you want this website and you want to look it up, and other shows as well, I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can just look through it yourself and everything like that. But what I really want to focus on is this little part right here. All right. REIDOUT ratings. Demographic breakdown. The most recent historical ratings of the REIDOUT presented by Joy Reid on MSNBC as of Thursday, February 20th, 2025. The most recent one. It doesn't have her last show, which will be interesting to see because since everyone was apparently tuned in, like Don Lemon had like a whole watch party, which was weird. But since everyone was tuning in, I'm interested to see like what that audience looked like because here we are having a whole bunch of black women say, hey, look, they're getting rid of her show. It was fantastic. And it's like, okay, but did you watch it though?
How dare you, MSNBC? How dare you? Joy Reid, are you serious? She was the last thing. MSNBC, we are so done with you now. Okay, you killed yourself. When you got rid of her, who, mind you, had excellent ratings. No. Not good ratings, excellent ratings. The people adored her.
Joy was a voice for the voiceless. When I say voiceless, I mean black women. She was nightly every single time, giving the chalk children a run for their money, giving the 8.5 by 11s the business, whether it was debate night, election night, or every night at 7, Joy had bars.
Because if you didn't watch it, that's why she got taken off the air. But let's go through the rating. So I had done a little bit of research and I can't figure out where I put that paper showing essentially what the ratings mean and how each one of them like kind of scales. Essentially things in the 1 range, terrible. That's when you're pretty much going to get canceled if you don't pick it up. Like that's not good. In the 2 range, Also not good, but you could probably survive depending on if you could stay at that range and then kind of like bounce up to 3. 3 range is pretty average. That's where a lot of shows end up staying at. A lot of shows nowadays, from what I've been reading, not so much, but that's the average. 4 and above, fantastic. You have nothing to worry about. So with that being said, you know, understand what the demo is. P2 plus, which is like a 2-person household. P25-54, which is person, you know, 25 ages to 54. That's a demographic that's basically watching her show and just the information that they have so far. If there's anything more and you guys want to tell me about it in the comments, let me know. All I'm gonna say is this: if it's below 1 million, you can already tell that it's not good, because her numbers early last year and towards the end of the year, way more. Because as you can see, I put the range from 1 year. So yeah, 1 year ago, she was consistently in the millions, except for right here in May. Wonder what that was, where she dipped all the way down, actually the lowest in a while, and then shot right back up, and she kind of just stayed in the million range. Like I said, I'm not slowing this down so you can read it. You could check it out yourself. I'm just trying to give you like the basic spark notes of what's been going on with her ratings and her audience. Yeah, and then right after the election, November 1st, right here, November 4th, right here, and then boop, November 7th, consistently below the millions. And she kind of touched the millions again in the beginning of Black History Month, so they kind of get through her bone a little bit. Black people were like, you know what, I gotta get my Joy Reid on. I think what it was is that her ratings started dipping down. People, they saw a trend that honestly wasn't gonna get any better, and a lot of her rhetoric just wasn't pleasant. A lot of people felt like she was just kind of racist towards a whole lot of white people, which, look, I'm not here to debate whether or not that's right or wrong. Actually, you know what? We could debate it. It's wrong. It's wrong to treat people like how you wouldn't want to be treated yourself. I will stand by that. I don't care if you feel like, oh, well, they're white. It doesn't matter. You treat people with respect. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's how I've lived my entire life. And that's how I've built relationships, long-lasting relationships, friendships, and just interactions with people. Treat people how you want to be treated. And yes, I know she wasn't talking to the vast majority of white people, but at the end of the day, words have power. And when you're spouting off the same thing over and over again, it's kind of hard to not take it to offense and kind of go, huh. If someone just kept saying stuff about black people consistently, I probably wouldn't like that person either. Just being real. But yeah, if you look at her ratings, remember what I said. These are not good. These are not good. These are pretty bad. There was a lot of black people, mostly black women, honestly. Like, all these people talking about how her ratings were so good, the show was so good, oh my god, they're taking away a show is because of racism. No, it's because her ratings sucked. Her viewership sucked. It tanked. And that's all your fault. That's all you black people. Yep, I'm looking at you. You right there. Especially the black women. Because y'all love when people point at y'all and tell you it's y'all fault. Y'all love that. So I'm doing it right now. Yeah, you're the reason why she got kicked off the air. Because of you. Not because of racism. Nope. That's not why. Could they replace her with a black woman, a black man, and then a mixed woman? So it's not that. It's not because she was telling the truth. Because I've seen some of her shows. Oh my gosh. A lot of that shit was just bibble babble. Nonsense. But look, I'm not even going to waste any more of you guys' time. You got things to do. I got things to do. This is just my take on it. And this is how I feel. And I'm a little bit surprised. I'm surprised that Joy Reid didn't come out and say that it was due to racism and she got kicked out. She got fired. It was everyone else vouching for it. So maybe she didn't even have to do it. You know. But yeah, all you guys that want to support her, go support her. I'm not against her by any means. I don't agree with what she has to say, but I don't think she should be silenced and not be able to like say it. Go support her. And then we're really going to see if whether or not she has what it takes to make it out there in these social media streets. Or she was just a talentless hack. But we'll see. We'll see. You guys know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment down below, tell me your true thoughts. Tell me how you feel. I know some of you are going to tell me exactly how you feel. Very not nice things, but I don't really care. It's what it is. It's the name of the game. And subscribe if you want more. Peace.